Hey guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. Thank you for all your support. We have now reached 1,000 views. Again, thank you for all those of you who have been supporting and watching the videos on a consistent basis and choosing to subscribe to the channel. Second, the website, as mentioned in the weekend video, website is now in soft launch, and extremely excited to announce that we're going to be doing our first giveaway. As a website test run, we will be offering a 7 days free trial period to our trading chat room. So please keep an eye out for that. Free giveaways will be available for 2 days only on Sunday the 24th, that's the Sunday coming up, as well as Monday the 25th. So make sure to check out the website. It'll be under Join TCT as one of the products available for those 2 days only. One other thing, just to give you guys an idea of what the trading community looks like. As of our last 2 semi-monthly callouts, you can see in the screen here that the results were 9 out of 12 callouts correct as of December 22nd. And the second accountability check was 15 out of 17 callouts that was correct. So these are intraday callouts as the market are open, which would help you make money if you were to follow the callouts. I mean, they are just callouts on what I am looking at and what the team is looking at. Please feel free to check out our website for the 2 days only free trial offer. Today we have 20 some tickers to go through. So, all right, let's get right into it. First, BNGO BYND. Nice follow through, low bear volume. Now let's take a look at where the targets would be. First target on fib extension from the low here to the high here to the higher low of the 88. We're looking at 1063. Daily higher low has been found, seeing nice follow through. Somewhat upper wicks forming, but consistently going up. Getting a little bit extended on the 88 from the 88. But first target we'll be looking at is 1063. There is a bear divergence forming, same as before. However, chart seems to like to negate all technical analysis and just does its thing by itself. So let's look up at 1068. Use the 88 as your guide. Next, Bed Bath & Beyond. Bull flag forming as anticipated. Perfectly bounced from, this is just randomly drawn and somehow, oh, not really randomly drawn. Okay, so it's getting shut down on the RD8. We'll anticipate a retest of this upper resistance zone. From there, we should see a touch of the 88 in the next couple of days, setting up for the next leg up. Aside from that, no substantial red flags. Chart looks good. Oh, and by the way, a retest of previous resistance zone means right here. This green zone right here. Now, one of you asked me the question on YouTube, so I figure I would make that a bit clear. This line right here. Next, BYND. Beyond Meat. Seeing a stall in previous resistance zone. Now let's draw this zone out. Makes sense here. Yep. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Alright, so right now we are stalling in the resistance zone. Decreasing bull volume. Forming a bull flag. Daily 8 is catching up. Wicks on both sides. No substantial red flags. Use the daily 8 as your guide. Anticipation, further upside once the daily 8 catches up. Next, AMC. AMC Entertainment. Nice follow through today. After that big volume on Friday, even bigger bull volume today. We should see a decent follow through tomorrow, given the market continues. Watch for reaction up here in the trend line. Anticipate a touch tomorrow and likely a stall from it. Does it line up with any? It does line up with a notable zone. I just want to take a look to see how notable it is. So say right here. Yep. Alright, so the way I would draw this will likely be from here to here. Okay, I don't want that line. Makes sense. So watch for a reaction in this zone. I would anticipate a stall somewhere around here. Most ideal is to form something that we've seen in both previous charts, all three previous charts. Just go sideways from here or a little bit down, wait for the daily 8 to catch up and form a bull flag. Chart's looking good for a reversal. Next, GM. General Motors. Nice bull volume. Nice follow through. Computer is lagging. So first big bull volume was on last Tuesday. Pulling away from daily 8. Now getting a little bit extended. After hours is up. What does the weekly look like? Is this all-time high? It is new all-time highs. So we are in blue skies. Can anticipate some irrational moves. And somehow my RSI is not here anymore. Give me one sec, guys. There we go. No substantial red flags. Just about to negate the bear divergence. Only thing notable is earnings coming up February 10th. I can see this running for another couple days. Watch for the volume climax. This is a crazy bull flag here. It didn't even touch the daily 8 and then just went again. I wonder if it's news. If you can let me know, Kwanzaa. But yeah, charts looking good. When the chart is in blue skies, let it ride. Use a shorter time frame ADMA as your guide if you want to be conservative. In this case, we can see that it's only closed under the hourly 8 once. However, we gapped up and now we're forming a bull flag again. Then from here, if you want to be a little bit less conservative, I would say use the 4-hour 8. Never broke down under yet. But hourly 8 would be what I would be using personally. We can see a decreasing bear volume. Somewhat of an increasing bull volume. No red flags. TSM. Next is TSM. And seeing some upper wicks forming. Same thing, blue skies. Not too far extended from the daily 8 yet. We had formed a higher low here, touched it on the bull flag. Now we're getting confirmation. Now one thing to know, guys, is 2021, I am really looking forward to what the semis can bring us. And that's why one of my main focuses on one of the ETFs, as mentioned in the trading group. And on this earnings, what do we do? 3% higher. Saw a big upper wick. Now we're continuing. Use that daily 8 as your guide, guys. You can see that We've rarely closed under it. Last time we closed under it was November 10th. From there, bounced, slightly under, not really justifiable to exit because no volume here. Then bounced again, bounced here again. Use that 88 as your guide. If you're looking for an entry, at this point, I would look for the weekly higher low when it touches a weekly 8. That would be your entry. This chart is extremely bullish. Very happy to say. I am from Taiwan, so Taiwan Semiconductors, go Taiwan. Next, FSLY. I remember this chart. Been a long time, been a while since I played it. It's one of those charts similar to PLTR, really hard to play, very annoying, very frustrating. Looking at this chart, you know, once we got up in this gap zone, you would have thought that we'd just go fill the gap. Nope, shut down the next day, came back to meet the 88, then gapped up again, came back down again, 88, still holding the 88, never gap filled, shut down again. So this chart, the only way, I guess, we could look to see if there is a, nope, trend line's broken. Now we're under it, rejecting from the trend line. Let's see it going the other way. Too much of an upper wick, so I don't like to draw from the wick if that's the case. Look for action in the next 2 days. This would present to be a problem. Likely to reject from here. If we do, this will be the lower high, and then we'll be looking at a lower low. Not an ideal chart to be playing, especially given that there's no volume. Looking at these two volumes, you would have thought that we'd go straight to gap fill, and it didn't. Shut down on low bear volume, lack of buyers, or not really lack of buyers. The volume is there, but it's just a frustrating chart to play. Right now wouldn't be the ideal entry. My anticipation would be probably coming back down to visit the 75 area. Doesn't look too strong. Some bull volume came in today, but yeah, double resistance here. Next, QS. Oh, interesting. I usually start with this chart. Anyways, okay. So this is one of the charts that, as mentioned in the trading chat, that this one's going to be a patience play. It requires a tremendous amount of patience because when we're looking at daily, it should have gone up already, but we're just slowly grinding sideways. Yeah, basically sideways a little bit down on low bear volume. So still holding on to this play. When it pops, it'll pay. A few names I mentioned, it's Snow, QS, and FUBO, I believe. All three names require patience, but they will pay nicely. Still under the 88, relatively weak. Trying to see if this trend line holds. I don't know why there's two here. Or a double bottom holds. Broke down slightly. Key level to hold. If we break the 51.57 on bear volume, we'll be exiting this play. Next, FUBO. I believe it's similar. Yeah. Broke down a bit under. Still under the 80. No, now under the 88. A little bit stronger in comparison to QS. Bear break under the support. Got bought up, closed right on support. Decreasing bear volume, liking the chart. Likely higher low is going to be set soon. From there, we'll be looking at want to break this area right away next on the next move. Next, Twitter. Enter this trade today. What a perfect bounce. Look at this trend line, guys. Dating all the way back to March, the low of March. Bounced from the March 20th. 17th, 18th. Then came back, revisit, bounced again on June 26th, 29th, my apologies. Then came down, gapped down on earnings, near that trend line, and we bounced again. This wedge didn't really, I'll keep it there. And then today, came back down, bounced right from that trend line again. Alongside GP, we touched the GP on Friday, visited the trend line, seeing a bounce today. This will be a decent bounce play, anticipating at the very minimum the 0.382, which is 40, which brings us to 49, followed by a gap fill up to $50. We'll call it 50. Then after that will be GP at $52. Liking this play. Have both long and short in it. Long and short bull plays in it. Keep an eye on it, guys. Don't sleep on Twitter. Next, Amazon. Little bit frustrating. Got in the play today. Similar idea. Bouncing from the lower trend line of this bigger wedge. Figured original plan was to enter here, somewhere a little bit closer to apex. Figured it, you know what, if we're looking to play here, especially with earnings coming up, there could be a potential earning run. With the Christmas numbers, we could see a very nice run. So got the first entry here today, anticipating a bounce from here. Ideally, over the next few days, before the end of this week, I want to see a break of this resistance. Next, REGN. What a nice follow through. What is this? Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. Yeah. Now this was a nice play that was looking to get in. Somewhere around back here. Slept on it and look what happened. Went straight upwards. Now 15% move already. Gonna look for a reaction around, I don't know if this is right. Let's draw it again. Let's see what the flip brings us. Down. Yeah, looking for a reaction around this upper trend line of the channel, which coincides with GP. Tomorrow, after hours is flat. Anticipating that we're going to touch an upper trend line tomorrow. Chart is strong. A clear reversal. Not on the daily yet, but gonna be a clear reversal on the 4 hour. We're gonna need a 4 hour higher low soon, which makes sense that we touch the upper trend line, come back, make a higher low before the next leg up. Keeping a close eye on this. We'll be entering on the higher low. Next, SKLZ. I don't know if you guys pronounce Z or Z. Yeah, make a comment down below. You know, it's always been interesting. I've been brought up saying Z. Some people think it's funny. Anyways, SKLZ skills. Forming a bull flag. Barely didn't touch the daily 8 yet. However, if we were to make a new high, oh, should be okay. I was looking to see if we will form a bear divergence. If we make a new high, we might form a bear divergence, but chart looks strong. Lack of sellers. Bulls came in today. Rejected from the resistance though. Anticipate a bull flag to form. Probably won't be that long. Something more like that. Right. Next is PLTR. Palantir exited the trade today. First trading trade. nailed the top actually. It's been nothing but frustration. Didn't exit here. Looked at it. Nice bull volume. Broke through both trend lines. Then we got shot down next day. It's reminding me of what Space used to do. It just breakout, fake out, shut down. Breakout, fake out, shut down. So what I ended up doing was I drew a new trend line that could potentially serve as a resistance. As we can see, reject, reject. Too much of an upper wick, so you draw from the real body. Reject here again. Not zooming in correctly. There we go. Reject here again. Multiple rejections. Then fake out, breakout, reject. And today, when we touch the trend line, I said, you know what? Gonna take profits when it's there. Exit it right near the top. Shut down again. Now we're back in the wedge. Daily, slight increase on bear volume overall over the last 5 days. Thinking likely more bear action. Probably come back down to visit this lower trend line one last time before we go, which makes sense. Generally there's 3 touches, so there's 1, 2, now the 3rd touch, 1, 2, likely another 3rd touch, and then we go up. So something like this is what I'm anticipating. Next, PTON. This name got some people. It went to blue skies. Yeah, it went to blue skies on Thursday. Rejected from it. That's the first warning. However, bear volume was not significant. Friday was definitely the warning. Decreasing bear volume, but came back to visit the 88. You still have reasons to hold. Then coming Tuesday, it just screwed a lot of people. It's a gap down, sell off. We did see a bounce from the previous high before the gap. So this could be a nice play. For those of you that entered on the gap fill, and I do apologize, my computer is lagging. For those of you that entered on the gap fill right here, 144.88, off by 2 cents, that was a perfect low risk play. From here, anticipation is more upside. And from what I'm thinking, will likely to form. I don't think this one's in play anymore. 1, 2, 3. No, this one's not in play anymore. So from here, what I'm seeing is, makes sense, a dragged out channel to form here for at least a little bit in the next few days. Next is NEO, bouncing from support area. Interesting day. Increasing bear volume on Friday, came back down, close near the low of the day, but today gapped up and got bought up a little bit. So it's resisting the gap fill. Closed above the 88. Anticipate a choppy chart. Ideal entry, low risk entry. Probably around there. 54.45. Makes sense. After the gap fill, past the gap fill a little bit, that'd be your low risk entry. Next, Lee Auto. Been a while since I looked at this chart, as you can clearly tell. And there we go. Seeing a wedge forming. At the upper trend line of the wedge, gonna have to see, watch for a reaction here. Line chart actually makes good sense. Now the reason why we draw from this candle instead of this was huge profit taking, and that's why you go to look at the line chart. It's actually within the wedge, so it makes sense to draw from there. Yeah, watch for a reaction tomorrow. We might just gap straight above it, come back to back test, and then go. Wouldn't really say it's an ideal area for entry though, especially with the, well, there is a lack of sellers, so not clear risk to reward wise. Next, BABA. Don't know why I drew this here. Okay. Alright, so we gap filled today. Congrats, BABA Bulls. Gap filled, getting a little bit of a rejection. Nothing notable from other than that. Decreasing bear. No notable bull volume today. We may have ran out of sellers, especially after this big bear volume. Daily higher low is already formed back here. We could potentially be looking at a next daily higher low because daily 8 is a little bit far behind. Not too extended though. Anticipate a bull flag to form from here. BIDU. Alright, so last time we looked at it, there was bear divergence. And we are holding up fairly well. Decreasing volume. Upper wicks forming. Anticipate at the minimum a bull flag. So something like this. Decreasing volume on top of bear divergence. Minimum I would anticipate is a bull flag, so a little bit of a sideways action until the daily 8 catches up. Next, GME. GameStop. Still going. Up 11% today. A little bit down after hours. 1%, that's nothing. The pop so far 103%. Wow. Increasing bear volume. Most likely seeing some profit takers coming in. Daily 8 is catching up extremely fast. No reason for exits yet. If you want to play conservative, I will use the close of this one or even the low of this one as your guide. Somewhere between 34 to 35.5. No reason for exit. Daily 8 is catching up. FCEL. Earnings tomorrow? Earnings tomorrow. Seeing some nice bull action today. Up 15%. Slightly down after hours, about 0.7%. Nothing major. Closed under the daily 8 on Friday. Decreasing volume. Tomorrow is key. Gonna have to see what the earning brings us. If nothing significant, would anticipate a bull flag to continue forming. Ideal entry down here at GP and resistance support area. Next, TDOC. Holding up really nice. Holding at 88. In the resistance zone. Haven't been shot down. Good sign. Does it make sense if we go back further? And yes, it does. So key zone to break. Nice bull flag forming. Lack of sellers. No divergences. Look for that continuation. TDOCs are looking really nice. Adding it to watch list. Next, Dash. Holding that 88. Looks like we were trying to drag the 88 up to touch, but didn't quite succeed. Low sell volume after decreasing bull volume. Where do we come back to back test? No notable volume, no notable levels here except for this previous high, which we broke under, then got bought up right away. Forming a really nice bull flag. However, this price action on Friday is much more bearish than what an ideal bull flag looks like. So from here, wouldn't be touching this chart. I want to see at least a couple more days of price action. No major red flags though. If you're in the trade already, use the daily as your guide. Clearly bouncing from it. Next, SCORE. Congrats, SCORE bulls. Congrats to iTrade for Chanel. Using them profit while you got it, eh? That's the mentality of total control. Make sure you're in control of your emotions, and a clear area of sell. We came close to the 1 to 2 extension at 3.7. Bear volume showing up after decreasing bull volume. This chart is looking amazing. Not a whole lot of selling price action. Very ideal. Was not aware we went up to 3.61 today. Wow. We'll be looking for a re-entry, but we'll be looking for that daily higher low. I think last time I bought was on this candle. Didn't nail the bottom, but somewhere around here. And then sold on 2 days later. Kept going, eh? Talk about profits. Look at this run. 154% in 11 trading days, guys. Congrats. Look for that 88 to catch up. And that'll be... Well, actually, you gotta see how long it takes. This chart will be on top watch. Remain on top watch. We'll be covering it on a daily basis. But ideal chart. Most ideal chart for 2021. One of the most ideal charts. Last but not least, EATS. EATS. Okay. So apparently, went over the wrong chart the other day. iTrade for Chanel requested EATS, but she typed EAT instead. Ended up that this chart was actually, the EAT chart was actually really nice. It's in the long-term upward channel that's continuing bull today. So ended up adding this to watch list. We'll be keeping an eye on it. And now let's look at EATS, the rate chart. Look at that bull volume today. Nice. Double gap up. Anticipate a third gap up before climax. Which makes sense. 1-to-1 target coming up at 4.15. So first gap, second gap. Tomorrow we'll likely anticipate a maybe a smaller gap followed by some bull action, then wick off of somewhere around here, 4.15. Strong chart. Eat Beyond Global. That's it for today. Thank you for watching the videos. If you're looking to get out of debt or build that first pot of gold, and you like the contents I'm putting out, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Stay safe and be in control. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.